to That Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome to That Wrestling Podcast. The good bad guys of Wrestling Podcast are back talking all things of the week that was in professional wrestling. The boys are all here, and it wasn't just the title of the emergency podcast after Survivor Series that you three guys did. Yeah. The first words out of CM Punk's mouth, hell has frozen over.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, I did.
Actually, it was this.
Tony Khan's a bitch-ass motherfucker. That's what it should have been.
But Brian, you forgot to say we all have live microphones tonight.
Yes, that's big. That's big. But yeah, and we're all here to talk about it. But before we do get into everything CM Punk, guys, how was your Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, well, did the Lions ruin everything?
Yes.
The turkey was like a little cold.
The food was fine. The food was fine and everything else. But like, when the Lions lose, it just basically puts a on Thanksgiving. I should be used to it. Like, they're a great team, but I should be used to them losing on Thanksgiving. But I'm still not.
Yeah, well, if you were a fan of the Toronto Argonauts, your Thanksgiving would be perfect every year because they always win.
Oh my! Thank you, Cody. Thank you for that. God bless the CFL. Coney or Jason, whoever is here. How was your Thanksgiving, my friend?
It was awesome. The Toronto Argonauts won 75-6. Because in the Canadian football, they have those weird rules and different points.
Yes.
And their field goal posts are like on the 17-yard line instead of in the end zone. And go nuts! I'm Coney Ton. I gotta go. Bye.
Grey Cup for life. And Kevin, I know we got to hang out on Friday, so I know you had a good Thanksgiving. And Joe, as I promised, I knew one Lions team would win at Ford Field.
And I am so glad I did not go to that game.
Oh,
I had 42 reasons why I didn't want to go to that game. And there were 0 reasons why I regretted it. Let's just say that.
The real story about that game was the fact that you bought a T-shirt.
Kev, you want to tell the story?
You didn't buy a T-shirt, did you?
Say what?
Brian did not buy a T-shirt.
Oh yeah.
Brian doesn't buy T-shirts.
Technically, Brian bought me a beer, and I bought him a T-shirt, half drunk on the way because these guys were selling bootlegs on the street.
That doesn't count.
Oh, for how much, Kev?
For $10. It feels like an homage long sleeve tee. It is an extremely comfy shirt, and people all around us were like, "Oh, they selling those in here?" And I'm like, "Negative, lady,
not in here,
off the street."
You have to get your own.
Guys, I mean, I remember me and Kev when the crew were all walking, and we see the stand, and I was like, "Kev, say $10." And he does. He's like, $10. And the guy's like, yeah, $10 for a long sleeve T-shirt. Are you kidding me? That's a steal.
That is.
Like they stole the images and likenesses of both colleges and
correct.
To put on that shirt.
You're not wrong.
You hit it on the nose with likeness because the helmets are somewhat skewed in color and it kind of matches.
Oh, so the iron on was a little bit too hot and it burned a little bit. Oh, fail.
I don't know why it says Ford Feld on it.
Well, Brian, you never cease to live up to your reputation. So
yeah, you buy cheap, you get cheap, I guess, guys.
So we did that show.
Oh yeah,
Saturday night.
Great job.
Kevin and Joe, I don't know if you know this. I got invited onto the WrestleSense podcast right after.
What?
I ended up being on a podcast till 1:30 in the morning.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you took an edible after, but this is different.
No, like I said on the show, I was in bed.
Yeah,
it was going to happen. And when I was doing the production on our show, I just happened to have YouTube up on my PC, and they stream live they're actually streaming now as we record this. And Blaze hit me up. He goes, "Do you want to jump on?" I was like, "Yeah." So essentially everything I said on our show, I said on their show. They thought my Pepsi being sold in Chicago was an amazing joke. They loved it. 5 stars. 5 stars. And it was a good time. So give the WrestleSense guys a chance on YouTube. They stream every Thursday night live. And good dudes all around.
Yeah, they gave me crap for my Miz pick. That was one thing that I thought that was funny. I owned up to it there, but they were a little worried about, well, when the turnbuckle went down, I thought you had it. And I'm like, so did I.
Who said that?
It was on Twitter, back and forth, or X. It was WrestleSense. It was back and forth between there with the video that was made by our social team of my amazing Miz pick. That did not
had logic behind it. Yeah.
But it had logic. And I still think it could happen. I mean, that just happened next month.
It was just a mistake. It's okay.
Oh.
But it wasn't my worst pick of the pay-per-view.
That's a well-deserved one, Kev. Nice job. I'm proud of you for that one.
So punny.
That was a no-star comment.
I was watching the WrestleSense because that was it, guys. You know, my night was not with Survivor Series, and I saw your guys' text earlier of like, hey, we'll hop on if Punk shows up. So, you know, fast forward to probably 10 to 15 minutes after Survivor Series is over, and my head isn't really thinking about it, and I look at my phone, and there's the text of like, I'll be on in 5. All right, I'll be on 2. And I'm like, no way. And I pulled up Peacock. They're already in the press conference, and Survivor Series isn't like able to be reloaded. So I was like, all right. So I had to go on my phone. I see what happens. And that's why I texted you guys. And I know you read the text, Jay, about how unoriginal I was with me to you guys and me and to Barbara Rhyme. And I went back and forth. And then eventually I was like, F it. I am going to try to hop on the pod. I clicked the link, and you guys had already done recorded.
Uh-huh. You're the host of this thing. So when you don't show, the rest of the team has to pick up the slack.
When you don't show, we got to go.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. But yeah, so if you're listening, you haven't heard the emergency pod, all right, go check that out. What we're going to talk about is everything moments after, because that's what made this night such a wild up till 3 a.m, looking at everything. So let's start off. The first thing that's happening is we immediately get crowd footage of Seth Rollins being restrained by Michael Cole and Corey Graves giving Punk the double middle finger. So right away, the lines are being blurred because Seth has been outspoken in interviews of not liking Punk. I saw one where he called him a cancer. He said, Phil, you're a cancer. What was your reaction seeing this play out? Because right away, it's like, holy shit, this is going down.
Remember in Detroit for SummerSlam when you acted like you were going to jump off that balcony? That was more believable than Seth Rollins' double bird.
Oh, yeah. You think so?
No, I think Seth is a better actor than Brian, but not by much. But it's for the future of the show. Why not? Like, you know, that's out of character for him. He wasn't all, you know, dancing fool. He was angry. Go for it. Why not?
I think he blurred the lines. I think it's not 100% show. I think it's a little bit of hostility. I think it's a little bit of resentment of him leaving and different things like that, and being problematic in areas. I don't think Seth wanted him back in some situations. That's why he called him a cancer in that interview years back or months back, yada, yada. I think it's a little bit of both, but I think he put it to the level of a little bit more of a entertainment drama factor. It is sports entertainment for the end of the day. The thing is, me thinking it's blurred is exactly what they wanted to do, though. That's exactly. So they have me always in the palm of the WWE hand.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. the Cole and Graves holding him back is a different touch because every Monday Night Raw and SmackDown we get the security guards, right? So there's the one time there's no security guards to keep wrestlers away from each other. Jay, there's an
what was believable about it though was going back to when I was in Nashville for Raw and Seth tweaked his knee during the match with Austin Theory. His last loss, by the way. And
oh my God.
He was angry after the cameras were off. And the only person who could calm him down was Corey Graves. So having Corey there made it seem more realistic because that never made it to camera or anything because he was he thought he was really injured. So they had to really calm him down. Michael Cole wasn't anywhere by him because I think he was still on SmackDown at the time. But Corey Graves was the one who basically calmed down Seth Rollins because he was really ticked off that he might have tweaked something. So that was the only thing that blurred the line with me of having Corey next to him. I think Corey's his crutch.
Is that really his last loss?
Yeah. That was his last loss was against Austin Theory on Monday Night Raw on January 2nd.
And the same night you had your worst loss.
Kevin saw the sign in person though, and it's not as it was worse on TV. It's worse on TV than it was in person. In person, it's pretty dark. But on TV with the lights,
plays tricks on you. Yeah,
there were too many lights there.
Yeah.
The thing is, Joe actually had two signs. The original sign was in a closet, and I saw the remake sign.
Worst wrestler? Was it anti-John Cena poster?
The world's wackiest wrestler.
I will say this though, it is a lot darker in person. It is.
Doesn't matter.
But
on camera with all the lights, I didn't play into the fact on that one. Okay, we admit that, but that was his last loss.
And your worst. So let's I don't know.
Worse.
I thought it was interesting that Michael Cole was going to hold the guy back.
Right. Yeah, that's what's kind of a weird.
He's the most senior official there, though. That was in that group.
I think is in
Where's Charles Robinson?
Was Charles Robinson the ref of that match?
Who knows? I don't remember.
Though, so he's always out there at the end of the night. So.
Okay, I don't know. Michael Cole. Well, he is undefeated at WrestleMania.
He is 1-0. Jay, it reminded me of a term we haven't used this in a while. This was a schwerk to me.
I think it's
this was a schwerk or the woot. Yes, they're both functional. I think Seth Rollins has legit animosity to CM Punk. I also think everything we saw was just a show, but I think he hates the dude. And I think he's willing to be a pro and work at it. But I think what he was doing and expressing was completely legitimate.
Yeah, but you also thought the GCW fans were going to kill Matt Cardona with a pizza cutter walking to the ring.
I'm not budging off that one either. They were crazy. I'm sticking to it. What can I say? I'm a mark. I don't care. I'm going for it, guys.
When that stuff happened, I was on with the WrestleSense guys. I don't care if it's a woot, work, shoot, schwerk. I don't care because it's fun.
Yeah.
And that should be a shirt. I gotta get on
because it's fun.
No, yes. Work, schwerk, woot, shoot. Yeah, all those. Those four things.
Like the word in the period.
Yeah.
Those shirts are still cool for probably another month or two. So yeah, get on it.
Well, they're better than the $10 iron-ons at Ford
Field.
They're
not.
Field.
No.
That's called bang for your buck, fellas.
It's Ford Feld. Thank you.
THORDPHIELD. Ford Field.
Named after the best Goonie actor, Corey Feld.
He's a man. So then moments later, as I said, you guys are recording and the Survivor Series press conference is going on. And Triple H, he starts things off with an epic joke about the big return of our truth.
It was good.
Holy shit.
So funny. So good.
Talk about reading the room. That was epic. So that was amazing. But what he does eventually talk about CM Punk. He says Punk's return is one of those lightning in a bottle moments that came together quickly. And if the WWE fans want it, he's game. And added, it's a lot of time has passed. He's a different person. Punk's a different person. we're at WWE, we're a different company, and everyone is glad to have Punk back home. All very surreal to be hearing those things, guys. What was your reaction when you heard these things?
Well, when I heard these things,
Sorry, I'll show myself out. That was terrible.
It's true. Because young Kevin, all those years ago, did not like me. And I didn't like him.
Truth.
And all these years later, we actually are friends. So
Yay.
Yeah, it makes sense. The whole, if you're the same person you were 10 years ago, then that's on you. And like I said, I don't know what I really feel like it's just he's not working for the super indie. He's in the major leagues now. And I think this version of Punk, I'm a little excited for. Now, I did fall asleep before the promo on Monday, but I went back and watched it. Okay, this makes sense. No pot shots, no vague references, none of that shit. And I'm here for that. So there's talks that he's going to be on SmackDown tonight if you're listening on Friday or watching on Friday, but I don't care. He mentioned the wise man, Heyman reference.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see where it goes, but cautiously, his ring work wasn't good in AEW. So, I mean, did working on heels improve his ring work? I don't know. We're about to find out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Joe, your reaction to Triple H and just this mending of fences that, again, hell froze over.
Okay, it's like I said on Saturday night, I'm going to say it again too. I believe in Triple H and what he's doing. So he's able to mend a lot of fences that you never thought would happen. If it makes dollars, it makes sense. So that's really all that really matters to me. If it improves the product, fine. If it doesn't improve the product, the roster's so stacked, it won't affect it negatively. So we'll see where it goes from there. In regards to the promo, short, sweet, to the point. He didn't do a pipe bomb, which I know, like in the text chain, you guys were like, "Well, that was disappointing." I'm like, he wasn't going to do pipe bomb 3.0. That wasn't going to happen.
I was not disappointed. I think
I was fine with it.
Perfect reintroduction to the WWE universe that may not know who he is.
And that's the thing. Some of my students this week, 11, 12 years old, were so excited for the return of Randy Orton. They didn't know who CM Punk was. Wow. They were like, I've heard of him. I looked him up on YouTube afterwards. He's okay. But why was the crowd so loud for him? And I went, because he's from Chicago. Oh, I didn't know that. So this next generation does not know him. They don't know the baggage. They don't know the pipe bomb. They don't watch AEW. So this is a fresh start for Phil Brooks and WWE. It's a new company. It's a new fan base. He can reinvent himself, and no one will think back of his past. So good luck with that. And it was a good promo to say I'm home and moving forward.
Didn't like the I'm home. Rock did it. Cena did it. I don't think it needed to be done.
Yeah, they said the wise man told him that it was home.
And I'm back.
Yeah. See, I don't mind that he said it because of the fact that Cena said it and The Rock said it. Because
Joe, on that level.
I love it that you can prove your kid's wrong, because he's going to get cheered loud, as he has been, everywhere. It's not just Chicago. They went crazy in Chicago, but they're going to go loud for him every place. And the good thing is, those kids will know who CM Punk is.
Well, they're interested because of the reaction, but they don't know who he is. They were more excited over Randy Orton and the RKO to JD. They were more excited for that. They were just like, Randy is awesome. He's so back, because he's fresh to them.
Yeah. Well, Randy looking like a damn video game character, man.
Oh, yeah.
Holy moly. And I'm not talking about just like WWE 2K23. I'm talking about the one from like 15 years ago that I think Joe had. Like, it was like the cartoony swole.
Oh, I remember that game.
Holy shit.
Oh, the All-Stars.
Yeah, the All-Stars one.
Yep.
I think he looked close to Triple H's 2002 MSG return, like way too big.
I thought more Batista evolution.
You did say that. That was good too.
I'll tell you this, man. The dude made me feel bad about myself. Like, there's not many dudes where I'm like, man, I would like to look like that.
They all make me feel bad about myself.
They do.
Kevin's like,
Even Otis, because Otis has a better endurance rate than me, even though he can eat 47 hamburgers.
Kevin's Googling double fusion back surgery in Fort Wayne, Indiana. What do I have to do to
How do I
be like Randy?
But no.
A couple. Yeah, go ahead, Kevin. Then I want to touch on some more
see
points
that.
about
Like, I think a few of the segments went long, so Punk's promo got cut a little bit in time. So I'd really like to know, like, what else would he have said? Because he talked a little bit, didn't dive deep into it, went to another thing, little tiny bit, went to, you know what I mean? He kind of jumped around a little bit with like a few sentences, not like telling a massive long story and then going into another story. Like, that was the nice thing. So I'm almost glad that it got cut short versus going on and on. I'll tell you this, man. They showed a picture of him in AEW with longer beard, gray, and now they show him with like kind of like the shorter on top, very, very like skin or like scalp on the sides. Dude looks 10 years younger. It's wild.
AEW aged him.
Yeah, somebody said it's like it. You ever see that they do that with the presidents, right? Here's the Obama, president, on their first day,
Lincoln.
And here
Lincoln
they are 4 years later, and they're like, oh. And they're like, that's what AEW did to CM Punk.
Yes,
he went just like, I'm fucking dead. Yeah, there's a lot to take in with the promo. Is
he still the real champion of AEW?
Yeah. So who beats when Dom Mysterio wins? He's the AEW champ. Who knows? But I will say,
Mysterio wins.
Whatever. It could be anybody.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah, Cody is
Tony,
CM Punk the linear AEW champion still? What's the word from the AEW insider?
The Vladimir of AEW.
The Vladimir of AEW is Coney.
I refuse a documentary. Won't be. Because if I did okay a documentary, would not take 17 years for it to finally come out.
Amen to that.
I get shit done. And I did break my promise to you guys. I popped up on the WrestleSense the other night, but MJF is the AEW champ.
Okay.
You clowns can have our sloppy seconds of Pepsi Phil, and we'll be better off without it.
I think that's fair, Coney.
We'll take thirsty thirds because you got the sloppies, right?
The thirsty thirds. Oh my god.
Thirsty thirds.
I'm giving the promo. If I wow, that's a new one. I'd give it a B minus. Like you guys said some of the things I liked. I liked that he didn't mention anything AEW. It literally was just like I was gone almost 10 years. I'm back. So that was great. The mention of the wise man. That was good. He's clearly emotional. How about the shout out to AJ? That was cool. The crowd got into that. Shows how much she's missed too, and hopefully there's going to be something for her down the line, even if it's just an induction in the Hall of Fame.
I'll take Rumble, baby. Give me AJ.
Huh?
No need for AJ.
What do you mean? She was a big deal in her time, man.
Would you rather see AJ or Tori Wilson in the Rumble for the 19th time?
Take Tori Wilson. I'll take Marie. I'll take Kelly. I'll take Caitlyn.
I knew you said you would say Eva Marie.
Of course.
That's fine. You're allowed to like who you want to like. That's fine. My biggest thing.
It would have been. Look, if she comes back, it would have been better as a surprise. He ruined it.
It still could. He just shouted her out. That's all.
His wife.
You know, when you got a live mic, anything can happen, I suppose. Yeah. I wanted, you guys know this on the text, I wanted someone to confront him. Mm-hmm. I wanted to go right into, let's get into this first feud. And I know they cut it for time. I don't think, that was in the plans to begin with. None of you guys in my corner there. That was disappointing to me. I wanted to get off and running with a feud.
The reason why I think that they didn't is because there's no December pay-per-view. No.
Okay, that's fair.
Let's
It's been a long time. Yeah.
Introduce himself and get the ball rolling. And now if he does show up on SmackDown tonight, I'll be pretty interested to see how that goes.
Yeah.
Maybe him and Roman, could be interesting. I mean,
is Roman supposed to be on tonight?
No, Paul Logan is though.
Logan Paul Logan, as in like
Paul Logan.
Are we going via phone book?
I was thinking
names?
Paul Thomas Space Logan.
Maybe he'll confront Heyman Paul.
In that 1 second that you say that, Kevin, I thought you said Paul London. I was like, what? What a
Nice bread.
SmackDown
He's just standing there smiling.
Paul Hogan. I thought you meant Paul Hogan. I'm like,
Paul Hogan.
Crocodile
Dundee.
Oh, shout out Crocodile Dundee.
That's not a mic. This is a mic.
Oh my God.
Well,
it's going to be a banner SmackDown, apparently.
Well,
There's a lot of guys
Elimination
on
Chamber
SmackDown.
is in Australia, so you never know. Paul
That's
Hogan could
true.
show up.
Is he alive, Joe?
Yes, he's still alive. I think he's like 82, but still alive.
All right. Well, I'm glad to see that.
If I would have to make SmackDown, I would have him just walking around the back a lot. Have him shake hands with the LA Knight. Yeah, then he can interact with quite a few people.
And then maybe
kind of like what they did with NWO at No Way Out.
You get kissed in the mouth. Yeah. Paul Hogan is alive.
I already said that.
Yeah, so I could say that
we need two sources, Joe.
Oh, that's right. That's true.
Could walk around and maybe he can get more kisses on the mouth like he did on Monday.
Yes. Who was the candidate for that? I'm going Kofi Kingston.
I'll go Sami Zayn.
Okay, I can see Sammy. Sammy seems like a passionate man. I can see that. Guys, I thought the Nashville crowd was a little weak.
They were terrible.
Joe, what were we missing from when you were there in Nashville so many months ago?
They weren't that loud in January 2nd either.
Really? Man,
I thought Joe was going to say, well, they were missing me.
They were missing me. I wasn't. That's what I was
thinking.
But when I was watching it, since I was there earlier this year, I kept looking in like the third row where my seats were. I'm like, I should be there. You're in my seat, jerk. But anyway, they're not that. Nashville's not that great of a wrestling like loud crowd. They're just there to watch the show. I think Detroit is a louder crowd. I felt that. I've been to Chicago. We've been to Chicago too. They're loud. Nashville's just
rules. It's the best
Nashville
wrestling crowd in the nation, if not the world, and we've proved that because we're in Chicago every other month for AEW.
Say second place, Jacksonville, Florida, Daly's place.
Mm-hmm.
No, Nashville's a chill town.
Yeah.
They're more into music, so it's like it's not that big of a deal. Like wrestling's just fun for them. So I don't think the crowd didn't say it was a bad show. It's just that's the way that crowd is.
Extra
Pittsburgh was better than Nashville too.
Okay. Shout out extra bonus question. What number should Jelly Roll get in the Royal Rumble? Shout out to Jelly Roll.
I haven't watched that match either, so I don't know. I know he was involved, but I didn't get to see. I don't know any of his music, which shows how far I've fallen off because I used to be so into music and stuff, and I'm just like, I have no idea what he sings, and he's got like 400 million streams or whatever, some ridiculous number this year. So whoever he is, for WWE,
seen him live.
Oh, was he at one of the festivals?
Louder Than Life last year.
So he's like he's like a country rock guy. Is the vibe
he used
I'm
to be
getting?
a rapper. Fun fact.
Oh wow!
Then,
okay.
Yeah. So he was supposed to actually be at craziness. Louder Than Life, like year 2 back in the day, like 8 years ago. And it was like a big torrential, excuse me, massive rainstorm. And they canceled like the first 4 hours. So he was part of it. Didn't hear about him for like 5 years. Now he's blowing up on like Sirius XM and he's huge on like the country charts and the rock charts. So it's crazy. Big dude, tats everywhere. Glad it worked out. See, I think he has a lot of face tats. So
No, yeah. He's not going to be making subs anytime soon, I don't think. Yeet to that. Any final word, guys? I think if you remember when he got fired from AEW, we kind of set we're done talking about this guy.
Unless he comes back to WWE.
We're not gonna, like when something actually happens, we can talk about it. But we're not going to be in the rumor mill and, oh, what would you do about this? Did anything, remember from thinking back then, did anything change after what happened on Saturday and Monday? Anything sticking out for your mind?
I just think that it's who's in charge.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not the
because there's someone in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's maybe he didn't want organization. He went to AEW, realized that there is none, and he's back happy. Because I read a report. He said he was very friendly to everyone in backstage. He was so optimistic, let alone it was only his second day back after being rehired. So of course It's like new job feels, but it makes WWE banner feel like not even the pros. It feels like there's no competition, right? And it makes AEW feel like
there's competition.
Low A minor league ball. You might get a rehab guy who's a big name, right?
Mark Pryor to the Lansing Lugnuts.
Yeah, you might know in that type of situation, but you're all I don't know. It's nice to still have. There's some great talent, but it feels more like the minor leagues than ever now, just because the roster, it's like the mega roster keeps building. If say MJF somehow does go there, right? It's maybe highly unlikely. But say if he goes there, holy shit.
He gets to wrestle Carmelo Hayes in the pre-show of
NXT Deadline.
That's the thing. Like Triple H, let me ask you this. Do you guys prefer Triple H COO, what he's done in that career, or in ring?
Oh, that's tough, man.
That's a tough one.
I'll go COO Triple H just for the fact
changed everything.
Exactly, he's changed everything.
Did anyone see O'Shea Jackson's Junior's post about CM Punk?
I don't know what.
Maybe. What if you want to sum it up?
Posting like mad.
Okay, so here it is. I just pulled it up. I'll try to read it quickly and cut to some things about
Jay.
CM
Would this
Punk.
be appropriate for a yay? Isn't that his son? Isn't that Cube's son?
Yeah, Ice Cube Jr. All right.
This is also qualified.
Ice Cube had more amps. Get in, bitch.
All right, so this is what he said. I'm reading it, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. He was hurt by Vince. Vince's decision making and politics, so he leaves. A company starts because people are tired of the same old stuff. They get Punk, life is sweet, tells AEW he's happy to be back, and he'll never leave, which I didn't think he wanted to. But then he sees that it's an asylum run by the patients, calls people out, calls them children. By the way, that's the storyline going on now with them. They don't like it, and they don't want him to be part of their fraternity and take shots at him on promos on live TV. It all comes to a head and says he doesn't want to speak to them, and they come into his locker room. He gets suspended, comes back. He's not allowed to go on Dynamite, so they give him his own show, and they complain that they can't go on CM Punk's show. Then he gets called out again by another guy. Even watching him do, and then he gets dragged out publicly. And then he gets fired. And then he watches these children do victory laps on the show that they weren't allowed on. So what do? You call him a hypocrite, but what are you supposed to do? And then he says, Tony should have kept him, but he should have also forced the Bucks to have the meeting and squash it instead of them bailing on Punk when they scheduled to sit down right before it all happened, like a boss.
That's way too long.
Story time with Joe.
And by the way, it wasn't what? It wasn't. I cut a lot out.
I wouldn't have read that. That's way too long.
He had a lot of good points.
He did have a lot of good points about it.
We don't need to rehash everything. You know, Punk is not. No one's innocent in this, right?
No, he's not. But it's like, you know, you got obviously a fan.
When you have to make a tweet that's like 1 of 5, 2 of 5, 3 of 5, too much.
Yeah.
Look, I'm about to tweet. Get in, bitch.
Ice Cube had more amps. Get in, bitch.
Yeah. Well, guys, go ahead, Jay. He'll give you the final word here. Yeah.
This is why wrestling is fun.
Yeah. Amen.
And the surprise made it so much better. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's on
If it's on, you're
up there.
Hit the wrong button.
Well, I will. Before we do move on, you know, as the kids like to say, I kept receipts. I want to go back to September 8th. This was That Wrestling Podcast, a episode called "Where's the Meat?" Kevin, you were not on this one.
Okay.
And you know, like I said, we kept receipts here. So this was in the aftermath of CM Punk being fired. Let's hear what the boys had to say. Need to do that sort of thing.
Yes.
But let's just play the game though, guys. Will we see him in a WWE ring by the end of, let's say, 2024? Because obviously, no one knows if he has a non-compete or anything like that. Will we see him? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you.
No.
Wrong again.
I'm leaning toward no.
Wrong again.
Okay.
So there you go. I want to give a shout out to Jason. He correctly predicted that CM Punk would be back, and Joe and I were on the negative side. So just, you know, not that you need anybody to pump you up, Jay, but I give you credit where credit is deserved. Congratulations.
Yep. No, I did not think it would be this quick, to be honest. I really thought it would be SummerSlam next year, you know, possibly the Rumble, but look, I mean, we're gonna talk about WrestleMania in a bit, and
we are.
You know, it's just fun.
Dude, we talked about this at Payback, because at the Payback PLE we were at, that's when he got fired.
Right.
And afterwards for drinks, we were just like, well, Survivor Series in Chicago. And we're like, no, that's not going to happen. No way.
And it did, man. Makes wrestling the best.
And Damian Priest still has not cashed in.
Who knew that CM Punk would be in WWE before the
Will
cash
Damian
in?
Priest cash in before 2024?
I don't think so. I don't think it's ever happening. He's just going to use the briefcase forever.
He's going to be the first one to have the contract expire.
It's going to run out, yeah. All right, let's move on to some other quick, raw thoughts. What do you guys think of the potential of the Creed brothers? They won the tag gauntlet, #1 tag contenders. They just came up from NXT not long ago. You guys liking them? Like, I think clearly the organization feels.
So good.
Awesome.
Fans.
So good. It was the first time my wife has seen them, and she's like, wow. She's like, these guys are good.
They did not go to Michigan State.
Okay.
Thanks.
Where did they go? Do we know?
I think they went to Penn. I think one of them went to Penn State, and the other one went to Duke.
Oh,
I'm surprised.
okay.
Oh, I'm gonna look.
Yeah, we'll do some looking on that.
Julian went to Duke.
Oh, so he's smart too, allegedly, because Duke's
Allegedly.
a pretty well-respected athletic or academic institution, and he's phenomenal.
It's right in there, Duke. So
Well, yes,
I
right.
just hope that they don't fall in the trap of, like, you know, the Revival when they came up and they were doing all these amazing things and like bringing back tag team wrestling, and then they lost interest in them. I really hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
but it's Triple H, so probably not.
Yeah, I think he's going to give them every opportunity to just show off their ability.
Real brothers. I didn't know that.
They're real brothers.
I didn't know they
Oh,
were.
I knew that. Yeah.
Jacob Casper attended Duke University.
Okay. Yeah, that's Julius, I believe.
And the other one, Drew, attended Otterbein University in Westerville, Ohio. Both of those sound fake.
Yeah, that one was not a real place. But
what do you have against Westerville?
You know where Westerville is?
Yeah, it's west of Ohio.
Okay. Are we sure about that?
That's a no.
All right. So yeah, we're all on the Creed brothers.
Yes.
Are you doubting Westerville?
How dare you? Home of El Dandy.
El Dandy.
This guy's a serious professional. Who are you to doubt El Dandy? Because this guy's a serious professional.
Thank you, Brett. What's our heat meter excitement level on Nakamura attacking Cody with the mist? How we thinking there?
I thought it was Brock.
Oh, that he was calling out?
Brock.
Oh.
They had a match in New Japan many years ago when Brock won the NJPW XLZ title. Right after he left WWE and after the football thing didn't work. So I thought maybe they were going Nakamura. But I'm glad it's Cody. Because Cody needs to get away from Sammy and the Usos and the Bloodline, at least for until Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was God, I loved it.
I thought it was going to be Orton.
You thought it was Orton?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Orton. I thought that made the most sense since he was scheduled to be coming back.
Kev?
I just really enjoyed Nakamura with the mist. I enjoyed Nakamura going into another high profile feud. He win or lose, just like with Seth, he didn't go down. Nakamura's still one of the top guys. Well, PG show guys. Come on. He's still one of the top guys. I'd like to see
top guys going down.
I'd like to see them go against each other and have Nakamura kind of like win by DQ or something. I just don't want to see it be a one-time off match where Cody wins. I
bet you can't get a boner.
This is one of those pairings that like never crossed my mind. Like I just never thought I'd see them two in this sort of feud. So it feels fresh for all the reasons like you mentioned, Jay. So I think this is a nice get to the Royal Rumble.
Is there any chance they go the USA versus Japan route in the storyline? You think?
Is it 1987?
I don't know. Cody's an old.
I mean, probably not, but I would not.
No, it's definitely 2023.
He's the American nightmare.
Exactly. Some may have put him on a patriotic wrestlers poll on 4th of July. That's how American Cody Rhodes is.
Cody Rhodes? Who? Cody Rhodes.
For those of you who
give me 20.
Or the intro to the show, and you can see Brian getting kicked out by Sergeant Slaughter for that mishap.
Yeah, if you're new to the program since post SummerSlam or 4th of July, then there's a whole story about that.
Is that a Twippy category now? Biggest fail of 2023.
Moment of the year. Moment of the year.
Brian's poll.
Yeah. Is the moment of the year Logan Paul's WrestleMania entrance or Cobra Clutch on Brian at WrestleCon? It's one of the two.
Oh my.
Well, I'm glad we're liking that. We also had I laughed my head off the Drew Seth confrontation of I think there's others who deserve a shot. Oh, okay. Who is it? Jay Uso. I'm like, oh fuck. And he went nuts. He headbutted the fucking title and got himself bleeding the hard way.
Yeah.
The downward spiral of Drew McIntyre continues to rule, in my opinion. Now Sammy's saying, I'm gonna help you. You gotta get it together, man. You gotta do this. Yeah, you're right. Let's fight next week.
Except when I just beat you up.
It's like I knew exactly where it's going. It's so damn enjoyable.
Except for I'm a 2-time champ. You're not. We're gonna fight next week.
And then you see Sammy's face like,
yeah, like didn't see it going that way, did you, Sammy?
Sorry, Sammy. You're not a locker room leader in Raw.
Sammy's looking like the new Mick Foley on like pay-per-view events, by the way, wearing his like jogging pants, sweats.
Well, there was somebody put on Twitter. It was a great caption of the 4 War Games guys. I think it was the beginning of the Raw before him. So you've got Cody in the suit and tie. You've got homeless Sami Zayn. You've got outrageous outfit Seth Rollins and Jey Uso, and it's just his like yeet gear. And it was just like, here are like 4 guys who did not plan their outfits together. You know, it couldn't look more different.
Sammy was wearing his Sunday best sweatpants, so give me a break.
Canadian tuxedo, is that what that was? Maybe.
No, that's denim jacket.
That's denim on denim.
It is. Yeah.
That's what Scott Hall wore on his first Nitro.
Do you know what the Philadelphia tuxedo is?
No.
Is this some like sex move or something?
You would think that. It is gray sweatpants in some combination of like Eagles hat, Sixers jersey. Yeah, real thing.
I can see that.
Real thing.
I believe it.
Does it have to have a cheese stain on it?
Probably. Got to have a cheesesteak stain. It's been through a battle war in those mean streets of Philadelphia.
Not your best.
So yeah, great Raw. Like I said, I was a little bummed about the crowd, but enjoyed the hell out of it otherwise. And like you said, Jay, we thought it'd be a good idea. It's early. It is still early, but with CM Punk's return, let's face it, everybody, if you listen to Busted Open, Tommy Dreamer says he's beating Roman at WrestleMania for the title. Like, people are booking WrestleMania now that CM Punk's there. So we're going to do the same. So what we decided to do, I looked, and last year there was 15 matches. I mean, really 13 matches, but if you want to technically count Pat McAfee versus The Miz and Snoop Dogg and Shane McMahon gets hurt, Snoop versus The Miz, there was 15. I think for the interest of
we don't count those.
Interest of time, let's do 10 matches. I basically picked every title, and along with that, just 2 wild card matches that you can do. Guys, do we want to do like, okay, this is the title match and we all go, or one person's going with all of their picks?
I think
round table.
We got to go round the horn. We can't do. Nobody wants to hear Joe talk for 15.
This is not a 4-hour.
Okay. All right.
This isn't night 1 of WrestleMania on the.
This isn't night 1 of that wrestling podcast.
That's right. We're keeping it timely then. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, then let's start with, how about the women's tag team title match?
I'm not having to start on my card because it's
we're off to a great start.
I'm not having one either.
Okay.
My card, my rules.
That's fine.
That match is going to be on SmackDown.
Maybe even NXT on Thursday or whenever the hell they do.
I've got Chelsea and Piper. I don't think they lose, and they're going to take on Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. I always like watching them. Kev, you got one or no? We're off to a great start, guys.
I think champs go against the reunited friendship of Becky and Charlotte, and I think Becky and Charlotte will take it.
That's high profile. Okay, like it. All right, how about the men's tag team match, guys? Does it make the card or not for you?
Yes.
All right. What do you got there then, Captain?
I've got DIY as champs against Alpha Academy.
Love it.
Very
Joe,
nice.
Did they make your card?
Yes, but I have the Creed brothers as champs against DIY.
Okay. Kev?
I got Creed brothers winning against Priest and Balor.
Oh, okay. Like that. They're probably gonna. I don't know if they're fighting on Monday.
No, but we'll see if I'm wrong or right already.
It's a Raw rematch. So I was kind of in the same vein as some of you guys, but I went Fatal 4-Way, Creed Brothers, Alpha Academy, Street Profits, DIY. It's Mania. Get as many people on the card as possible.
You get a point.
U.S. title match, guys. I'll start. We'll go snaky way. Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens.
Ooh. I have Logan Paul versus LA Knight.
That was considered for me too. Yeah. Joe?
That's who I had.
Well, that's a great thinking.
And Jay?
I have Logan Paul against the returning Rey Mysterio.
Oh, I like that. The rematch. Get you back.
So he doesn't lose his leg. Got it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe he does. Maybe he only has one leg.
Well, I didn't know I had to have a leg requirement or a leg mention, so we're just leave it at 2. Kevin.
Santos, his wishes were to hopefully have Ray lose his leg in the operation. Intercontinental title match. Will Gunther have the belt still? Joe, you were hoping he's a Royal Rumble winner, so does it stick with that thought for your WrestleMania dream card here?
With Punk coming back and Cody and everything, Gunther will not be winning the Royal Rumble for the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther versus Brock Lesnar.
That's the dream match we've wanted. Kev?
And he's never won that championship.
Right.
For all of our Spanish-speaking listeners, C.
Okay, we're in agreement here, Jay.
I have Gunther against Big E.
Ooh, returning Big E. Like that. I don't want it to be exactly the same, so I've got Gunther versus Brock Lesnar with Sable as special guest referee. I don't know.
And Big E is timekeeper?
And Big E's timekeeper. Yeah. There it is.
You just want to see Gunther slap those boobies.
Oh, those would be some monster. That'd be the meatiest meat slaps of meat history. All right, WWE Women's Championship. So I think that's the SmackDown one, right? With EO, I believe.
I don't fucking know.
I think so. It doesn't matter.
Okay, we'll say the SmackDown one.
Let's say that. Yeah. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. EO versus Bailey.
Damage control explodes.
Yep.
Kev?
I have an EO versus Bailey versus returning Sasha Banks.
Wow. All right. Little rumblings this week about, it's not a done deal. She's going to AEW. Jay?
Do EO versus Bianca Belair.
Okay. That's could seem possible. I went with Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton.
Nice.
Let's get a call up. Let's have a blonde mashup of epic proportions on the biggest stage at WrestleMania. So now the other one, the Women's World Championship. This is Rhea Ripley's title.
Right now.
Now, yes.
I have champion Becky Lynch against Charlotte Flair, against Bailey, and a returning Sasha Banks. 4-way.
So Triple H gets the 4 horsewomen to happen.
Wow.
That's good. But I got Rhea as champion against Rumble winner Bianca Belair.
That's what I had too. So I'll add special guest referee Tori
Montez
Wilson.
Ford.
AJ Lee. We got to get her on the card, guys. Kev, what do you got?
I'll go just change it up so I don't also say that. I'll go Rhea Ripley versus AJ Lee.
There it is.
AJ wins the Rumble. This isn't a prediction. I'm just
Tori Wilson.
Don't bring this up in
finally.
6 months saying I was wrong. But no, I think there's going to be so many high profile matches on this card. They need to stack those women matches big time with the most talent. That's Jay. If that 4 horsemen women's match happens, that could rival any match on that card with the guys. The guys are just every match with so many. Oh man,
stacked roster.
It's going to be amazing.
All divisions.
Awesome. Let's go with the first of our wild card matches, guys. Jay, you want to start?
Let Jay go.
Yeah.
We'll do the LWO against Metaphor.
And you don't have a women's tag title match on the card.
Metaphor.
Good times. Kev?
I'm going with a returning match. El Torito versus Hornswoggle. WLC2.
I just
watched
that recently.
Did you?
Yes.
It holds up, right? It's so
good. In all seriousness, Hey, I just thought of that just right now. It was good, just like Sammy versus Knoxville, the comedy type fun matches.
Oh yeah.
I'll go. I'll say that. I think that sounds great. Won't ever happen.
All right. What do you got, Joe?
I'm going with Damian Priest versus Finn Balor for the briefcase.
Okay, briefcase on
because
the line.
he still will not be cashing it in, and that is going to be the judgment split.
So I've got another like 2 or 3 wrong predictions for the next PLEs.
Yeah, you're good.
He's not cashing it. All right, I've got Jimmy Uso versus Jay Uso. Usos explode for the wild card. Wild card number 2. Jay, can anything top Metaphor versus the LWO? You have to try.
I have Ron Breaker.
Yeah. We've topped it. He's just going to stand there, and it's great. No.
Ready?
Yeah.
CM Punk.
Wow.
Interesting.
Okay. That's cool.
My thinking is he needs to earn that WrestleMania. He needs to prove the goodwill and do what he wanted to do in AEW. Let him have
the young guys.
Let Punk have an NXT run. 3 months.
That'd be fun.
He's so much fun. Yeah, give me Braun Breaker and CM Punk.
Braun's so good too. Kev?
I will take I was going to use CM Punk somewhere else, but I'll switch it up. I think in recent times, maybe I'm totally making this up, so you guys can tell me I'm wrong. But the music hit in Chicago. You saw Michael Cole get all excited. Corey Graves just went like this. No emotion, not much at all.
None.
If Corey Graves can somehow get ring shape ready, because I swear I read somewhere that like he potentially could come back.
Yeah, I've seen
remember that
rumbles of like
I'll take both.
He's training.
Both of them are tatted up. That'd be great.
It's fun. Joe?
Yeah, Corey Graves versus Michael Cole.
No, Corey Graves versus CM Punk.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what? I was. You lost me there. Santos versus returning Mysterio.
Very good. I liked everything that Jay said about working your way on up, but I went the complete opposite. CM Punk versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let's go big, really big. CM Punk might explode like any day now. You never know with this guy. Let's get it done. Let's get it for Mania, and then who knows what happens.
What does it do?
A good promo.
Mark out.
Cold's like, let's drink a beer. I don't drink beer, Steve.
Mark out.
They already did that promo. Yeah. You want a beer? What? You want whiskey? What?
Let's do it again.
Kind of annoying.
You want to see their promo video? Go get the old game WWE All-Stars, and they had the dream matchup of CM Punk versus Stone Cold, and they mashed the promo together there. Watch that.
Yeah, I saw that coming out this week, and I'm just like,
fail.
What does it do?
Give it to me.
It doesn't do
two anti-establishment legends.
Yeah, you know who else was anti-establishment? The one running the place right now.
No, people can change. We learned.
Be better 10 years
earlier. Yeah. 10 years. That was very Rocky IV, by the way. When we were talking that earlier was the post fight. Everyone can change.
Hey, don't make fun of that movie. He ended the Cold War.
He did.
Have you seen Creed 3 yet?
Yes.
God, I watched it the other night. I'd seen it before. I was just looking for something to watch. God damn, it was so good. And I'm kicking myself that I didn't see the twist and the turn. Basically, the whole plot of the movie. I missed it in the beginning.
How did you?
I didn't think it was going there.
I haven't seen it, so don't spoil.
So easy to figure out. It was like set up, but whatever. It was still entertaining. I hated the fight, though.
I took it at face value. I didn't
hated the fight.
Spoiler alert, Apollo's alive.
Yes, the twist ending was Apollo coming out to
going to America.
Living in America?
Yeah, coming out to Bad Bunny, Booker T.
That's awesome. No one can touch Rocky IV.
And Creed 4, greenlit.
Of course it is.
That's good. All right, so we got our wild cards in. Let's go with the World Heavyweight Championship. This is the championship that Seth Rollins currently holds.
I'll
Seth
go.
Rollins, Bronson Reed.
Damn.
Really?
Out of nowhere with the push for Bronson.
Wins the Rumble.
Nah.
I'll go Seth versus Randy versus Drew.
I like that.
I said Seth Punk. Main event tonight, one of Mania. Punk gets his WrestleMania main event.
But is it really the main event of WrestleMania? Not really.
It counts now.
Give him 41.
Yeah.
I'm going Seth and Sami Zayn. We can build Sami Zayn up like we did with the Bloodline and make him the match there for Seth Rollins.
Throw Kevin Owens in mine too. Why not?
Okay. Yep.
We
Yeah,
haven't
those
said
two
Kevin.
haven't fought before at Mania.
Throw Sammy in there.
Absolutely. All right. So we're down to the Universal Championship. We all know what this should be headed to. We've known it from the moment that the 3 count was pinned on him last year with Roman and Cody. But this is our booking. So we can do whatever the heck we want.
Last year?
That would be you, my friend. And your CM Punk is back one. So
Yeah.
big ones.
Almost had it.
That was awful.
Jay, you can go first. Reminder, the LWO and Metaphor are off the board. You have chosen them. They cannot be in the Universal Championship match. What is your selection?
I am going Roman Reigns,
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar,
Is that it?
Drew McIntyre,
Okay. All right. Drew's there too.
and Cody Rhodes.
All right.
Four-way.
Fatal 4-way. I love it. I love it.
No,
All right,
no
Kev.
Dwayne this year either.
Okay. Kev?
I'm going what I want. I want Cody and Roman, Gold Dust, walking Cody down. Mama,
QT Marshall's there too. Why not?
Yeah,
Cody,
he's free.
Mama Cody,
Cody's there.
Sweet
ring
lady.
announcer. I'll go Cody's Liberty somehow smacks Roman
Liberty.
in the
Oh my
face
God.
during the match. If Roman comes around and mean mugs her, Liberty let a little 1-2 for the red, white, and blue right on the face.
Wow.
I just want a match with no shenanigans. That would be nice. It would be nice if, I don't know. I guess I said Brock with Gunther. Maybe shenanigans comes down. Maybe people are out there not fighting against Roman, but protecting it. Huh?
The shenanigans, Roman's sister.
Was really have a sister?
Womp womp.
You don't get it?
No.
I get it. Anyway.
But yeah, I
Well,
think
you know what you
Talk.
want, Kevin. You're
Yeah.
not going to get it. It's a Roman Reigns match. Shenanigans goes
No.
hand in hand. But
you watch.
it's
gonna
your
happen.
card. You can dream how you want, man. I appreciate that.
Steel cage. No.
There it is. Joe?
I actually also went with the Fatal 4-way for Roman. The people who he has wronged the worst.
Ooh.
Roman, Drew, that keeps him there.
Yep.
Cody,
Yep.
Kevin Owens.
Who's had multiple opportunities against.
Yes. If not Kevin Owens,
Mhm.
then Jey Uso.
Okay.
But
All
either
right.
way, it's going to be they all have something in common. They all got screwed over by Roman Reigns. And Roman wins.
Oh, no. No. I couldn't take it.
He's
It's good. He's gonna break Hogan. He's gonna break
No.
Hogan. Yes, it's gonna happen.
Hogan's already broken.
It's gonna happen.
He's a
It's
broken
going to
man.
It's going to be a fatal 4-way.
He's
They're
physically
fighting to
broken.
see who pinned Roman, and he stacks all three of them on top of each other and pins them.
No. I
Philadelphia
will quit the
will
podcast if that happens.
Philadelphia will go nuts like Santa Claus was there at an
Oh
Eagles
my
game.
God. Just like that, me keeping receipts of the whatever episode that was of where's the meat or whatever episode I was saying. We're gonna keep receipts there. If Roman is
I'm
stacking,
totally wrong, but I want to.
I don't care. I just hearing that, I'm getting upset. All right, I'll wrap it up.
Right,
I went with the big
Kevin,
time.
Or Joe, what do you want more? Rome? Well, no, I was going to ask a stupid question, so I'm not going to do it.
All
right, cool.
Thank you for catching yourself mid ask. I went big time, guys. Sorry. It's Roman, it's Cody, it's The Rock. It's like a fucking triple decker BLT club sourdough on a pretzel roll with queso to dip in. It's overload. It's the biggest match in everything. We want Cody to be on with Roman. We want The Rock to be at WrestleMania. We're smashing them together. It may not turn out good, but we're going to throw it all in the goddamn pot, and that's going to be your Universal Championship main event for WrestleMania.
So Brian
Mamma
wants
mia.
a chili a match that's going to give him the shits the next day.
Likely, quite likely. It could be. It's got that sliver chance of greatness, but more than likely, it ends up in disaster. You're not wrong, Kev. Well, hell of a show, guys. YouTube.com/That Wrestling Podcast, at That WrestlePod, as for all the social media. Whatamaneuver.net for your merchandise. I'm sure all of our listeners and viewers, Christmas shopping, holiday shopping is well underway.
Hello?
Hold on a second. Did you guys hear that just now? No? Okay.
A-holes? I heard it because I said it.
Oh, what'd you say, Cody? I apologize. What was that?
A-holes?
Oh my.
Well worth
I think
it.
that's all that needs to be said then. Enjoy wrestling!
Can't wait for the Christmas episode.